So there really is a lot that goes into selling on Amazon. So one of the questions I get asked the most is which tools and software are actually the most effective and make our lives easier as sellers. So today in this video, I want to break down Helium 10, which is one of the most popular tools dominating the Amazon space. So I want to discuss, is it worth it? What do I think is useful about it? And ultimately, should you get it? So starting off, I want to address tools in general for a sec, because I think a lot of people get this wrong. And a lot of people are constantly searching for what is the best tool. And I need to compare this tool versus this tool and get rid of this one and add this one. And I think you need to realize is tools are just a piece of the puzzle. They're just here to make your life easier. Yes, a lot of what a lot of these tools do, you could potentially even do for free, but by putting in a lot more time. But that's what a tool is. A tool is something you plug in to make your life easier, speed up the process, hopefully make you more money with a little bit more insight and a little bit more of a streamlined process. So just a warning, I've seen way too many people give this way too much thought and ultimately find what works for you and then don't worry about it and actually do the business, do the work. Stop worrying about all the different tools. Tools are useful, but they're tools. So the main point of this video is going to be, should you actually get Helium 10? Is it actually worth it for you? But because Helium 10 does so many different things, I think this will only really make sense if we take a few minutes and jump into the tools and show you around, just in case you don't realize all the different things Helium 10 can really do. All right, so we're here inside Helium 10, so I can give you a pretty quick breakdown before we dive into pricing and is it worth it and all of that. But this is not going to be a completely thorough tutorial of every single tool because we'd be here for hours. So I just want to do a brief overview of what everything is. So the first thing to realize here is there are a lot of different tools here. Helium 10 is not just a product research tool or not just a listing optimizer tool or not just a keyword tool. And that is one of the huge values of Helium 10 is I've watched these guys evolve for years. I've been a customer using Helium 10 for probably 3 years now. And just seeing them constantly roll out more and more value and more tools is one of the biggest advantages of Helium 10. They're just constantly looking for more ways to make this suite of tools within the software more and more effective. So first tool to jump in here to is Blackbox, which is Helium 10's main product research tool. This would be equivalent to, say, the Jungle Scout web app, where you can put in these criteria here and have it sort through all of Amazon and spit out products that meet your potential criteria. Category, monthly revenue that you want, price points that you want to refine to, how many reviews, less than whatever number, so you can put in all these specific things here and have it spit you out products that meet your potential criteria. And at this point, I actually want to skip ahead to a tool that's not even on this list, which is their X-ray tool, which is kind of the other component of product research, which is your ability to use a Chrome extension and quickly look at search results that you're already looking at and see all of the numbers. So let's look at that real quickly just on Amazon itself. Let's look at succulent planters and let that load up. And then you just run the extension. You go up here and you click on X-ray, Amazon product research, and in just a second, it loads up and starts pulling all of the data from Amazon. This is stuff that you can do for free manually, and I addressed that in a video a long time ago as well. But these types of tools speed up the process immensely, and this is the core function of any tool that I think is the most required, almost not quite required, but the most useful tool of any product research tool is to have something like this. So the fact that this is built into Helium 10 is incredible. And so here, for whatever you type into the search results, you can quickly see all of the information, all of these overall total revenue, sales graphs, total revenue of each product, number of reviews, all of the different things that you might want to be able to quickly evaluate a market that you're going into. And also part of the extension, it's giving you a quick overview of BSR, bestseller rank, and the ability to calculate fees for any given product, factoring in that product's dimensions. So that is X-ray and Blackbox, which I think go together because they are product research focused. And then moving on from there, you have one called Trendster. Not going to spend a huge time on this. I personally think this is one of the less interesting tools in the suite of software. But basically what this allows you to do is to enter a few ASINs and a few keywords and to track the trend data. But the thing is that you can do the same thing with X-Ray just by looking at the BSR history and the pricing history right there. And I usually use those functions more within those tools. But here in Trendster, they also allow you to pull Google Trends data, which just tells you the search data off of Amazon over time. So you're kind of getting a quick glance at how these products are doing over time and how the search data is doing over time, which gives you an overall idea of if the product is seasonal. And that's definitely a hugely important thing to factor in when you're doing your product research, but whether you do it within Trendster or you just look at it kind of within the other tools, either way is the same data. And then we have Cerebro, which is personally one of my favorite tools in the Helium 10 suite. So what this does is allow you to put in an ASIN of a competitor, for example, ASIN being the kind of code that identifies a product on Amazon, and to be able to pull an entire list of keyword data from that product. So just to give you a quick example of this one, let's pull this ASIN from the succulent planter and put this in here and run it. So once this loads up, you get all kinds of really useful keyword data based on that specific product. This entire list with search volumes, how often these are searched on Amazon, how competitive they are. And that is extremely useful when it comes to building out your listing and making sure those keywords are in there in the title, in the bullets, in the backend search terms, and also to use in your PPC, your sponsored products campaigns. So that is how Cerebro works, one of my favorite tools in the suite. And from here on out in the video, some of them I'm just gonna give a very quick sentence-long explanation of what it does so it doesn't get too long. Keyword tracking, this is so you can track how your products are ranking on Amazon. So if you are selling succulent planters, you can put in all of your core keywords and see how your ranks are doing over time, which can be really important in case things are, changing in the algorithm, or you're starting to do better, you're ranking higher, all of that. So you want to be tracking that. Then Magnet is another tool that also allows you to dig up a lot of very useful keywords. The main difference being here is that this is working off of keywords rather than being off of products. So you can put in keywords and get more related keywords. So both of these you can kind of use in conjunction to get a lot of keyword ideas for all those various uses that I mentioned. Then they have Misspellinator, which allows you to put in keywords and find misspellings that might not be auto-corrected by Amazon. So you might be able to find a keyword that is relatively high volume where it's a word that's literally spelled wrong, and you might want to put that into your listing. So it's sifting out and searching for those opportunities. And then Scribbles is extremely useful for building out your product listings because you're getting all this keyword data from the other tools, but then you need to fill it out into all the various aspects of your listing. And this allows you to make sure you're not over repeating yourself when not necessary, and making sure you're hitting it in all the right points. And you can import data from Amazon. You can export this in a format ready for Amazon. So really, really good to get your listing organized and make sure you're hitting all the points that you want to. And then there is Index Checker, which is a very quick way to just figure out, is my product actually indexing for a particular keyword that is in my listing or not? And you just want to see, is your product even showing up in search results anywhere for this? So here you'd put in the ASIN of the product that you want to check, and then you'd put in the keywords that you want to see if your product is actually indexing on those keywords. And then another keyword tool, Frankenstein. You can really see now Helium 10 is just a powerhouse when it comes to keyword related things. Frankenstein is basically, you dump in a huge list of keyword phrases and it creates all different combinations, and you can figure out what is most commonly searched for, and another great way to come up with new combinations and keywords to use. And then alerts, this allows Helium 10 to notify you of anything that you might want to know is going on with your listing. For example, a hijacker jumps on, somebody changes your images, you get a negative review, all these sorts of things, they can alert you of that. And then inventory protector, this is if you're using a deep discount. This allows you to very quickly limit the total units per order on a given product. So very quickly editing that kind of in bulk to say only allow 2 units to be ordered or 1 unit to be ordered if you're doing some kind of coupon that you don't want people to blow out your inventory. And then Refund Genie, this can alone make you back a ton of money because there's always these reimbursements that need to come back from Amazon because you are, there's fee things, there's refund things, and there's always a bunch of money that Amazon owes you. And this finds those opportunities, creates spreadsheets that you can then just upload and create the cases on your own. It's not super automated, but that's so that you don't get in trouble with Amazon using the automated tools. But this definitely helps you stay organized and get those refunds back. And then even beyond this list, they still have the profits tool, which this here is a demo account, but you can see it basically allows you to track your overall profitability of your account by putting in your costs, and it's pulling all of the data from your Amazon account to give you a dashboard view on how everything is going in your business. And they're also now offering email follow-ups, which is for your email sequence or your follow-up email to your buyers. And there's obviously a lot of tools that do this. I recommend Feedback Wiz a lot. I really like it. But if you are just starting out and you don't already have any of these other tools, then it's pretty convenient to just have this all in one place now. And they also have tons of content in here, from tutorials of how to use these tools more effectively for Amazon to overall just Amazon training. So just powerful amounts of value packed in here. Okay, hopefully you're still with me. I know that was a lot, but how can you know if it's worth it if you don't even know what the thing does? So it does a lot, as you can see, and you don't even have to utilize all of this to really get your money's worth out of the tools. You can find the pieces that are the most effective to you, and maybe you're using this one for a while and then you're using these at different times, but it really is just a suite, and goes back to what I said earlier. That's what makes Helium 10 one of the best options out there for sure, is just their constant improving and their constant adding of new tools, and you can basically do absolutely everything in this tool at this point. All right, so to address if it's worth it, we need to talk about the price. So let's hop back into the computer and look at the different pricing structures. So one obvious great thing is that they have a free plan. So you can literally try out a ton of these tools with limited amounts of uses, which is just a massive value because you can literally try these things out before you're committing any money whatsoever. And it basically allows you to try pretty much everything. So there's really no reason to not give that a try, at least starting out. And then there's the a la carte plan, which allows you to buy different tools on their own for monthly fees. Their main pricing tiers are just monthly to get absolutely everything. But if you really did only want, say, Blackbox or Cerebro, you can do that and just pay for those monthly. Or if you only needed a keyword tracker because you're already using some other tools for your product research, for example, then you could just get the keyword tracker. Or the reverse is totally doable. If you just need X-Ray for that Chrome extension product research phase, you can get that for only $17 a month. So you can see these really would add up if you're getting more than just one, pretty much. So the $97 per month plan is really where most people end up, and that is pretty pricey, but you're getting a lot for that. And I will tell you about a discount at the end of the video too. But basically all you need to know here is that the 97 plan pretty much gets you everything. There's still some limitations in some of the things like the email follow-ups or the amounts of keywords you can track and things like that. But the 197 plan, you're probably not going to need that unless your account is just massive. And then there's the big one, the 397 per month elite plan. You're really only going to be looking at that if you need these higher caps or for their elite mastermind, which is hugely valuable. I'm not in it monthly, but I did go to one of their local events, and the caliber of information and people was really at the highest level. And then if you're hitting some of these caps, you can also just add on specific things like, say, more emails per month for the email follow-up, which without necessarily going up to the next tier or anything like that. So that is an option too. And also, if you know you're going to stick with it for a while, they do offer annual pricing where it definitely saves you money overall, but you're just committing to a longer period. So overall, when I'm addressing if it's worth it, I'm really thinking about that $97 per month. And that is a good amount of money, especially if you're just starting out at the beginning. But the alternative is buying these other software tools that are pretty comparable in price and then not having the other tools later on. So ultimately, it's what you feel like you need now. Do you need the entire 97 right now? Maybe not. Maybe you just need the product research starting out and you could get that a la carte or look into alternatives. And then maybe when you're building out your listings and all of that, you really want Scribbles for the listing builder and you really want all these keyword tools for figuring out what keywords to build into your listing, then that can be really useful at that stage. And then once you're up and running, your business has been going for a while, then maybe you need that Refund Genie software or the keyword tracking for your day-to-day or your profit tracking to just overall keep your business running and flowing smoothly forever. So I definitely am a fan of Helium 10 and I do recommend it overall. I do think it's worth it in most cases, depending where you're at in your business. If you're at a super, super tight budget, maybe you'll get by with just a piece of it or something else at the very beginning. But overall, I think this is one of the main expenses that you'll have monthly, but it is so, so, so powerful. And if you do think Helium 10 would be useful for you, I do have a discount and a bonus to throw in. I definitely want to keep this as honest as possible. And I really, truly do believe that this is a great tool. And I've personally been using it as a customer since years back and seen it evolve. So this is not just some pitch for an affiliate thing of some software that I just heard of yesterday. But I just want to give that disclaimer because I am an affiliate for Helium 10 software, and that is because it's a software I believe in and I openly recommend. So if you want a discount on it, check out the links in the description below this video. You can either get 50% off your first month, or you can get 10% off recurring, so every single month. So go with the 10% if you think you'll be staying for a while, or go for the 50% if you want to try it out on a shorter timeline. And I'll also throw in a bonus for anybody that uses my link. And what the bonus is that in my paid program, my $1,000 course, Zero to Brand, there is a bonus section, which is a deep dive into how to use Helium 10, specifically from people at Helium 10, not just how to use the tools again, like is already included in the software, but also how to plug it in with the Zero to Brand method. This is pretty much another course on its own of how to sell on Amazon and how to utilize Helium 10 for that. And if you use my link just for Helium 10, I'll throw in that bonus from Zero to Brand for free. So if you do get Helium 10 through my link and you want that bonus, just shoot me an email at matt@zerotobrandcourse.com and I'll get you that bonus. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you want a deeper dive into anything Helium 10. Overall, great suite of tools ran by great people, by the way, I should mention, and they're just always looking to make it better and better. And I've seen some behind the scenes of stuff that is upcoming that's not even currently included, and it is definitely mind-blowing. So I know that there is just a lot more to come, and it's just going to become more and more valuable and effective. And if you got any value out of this video, I'd really appreciate if you feed the YouTube algorithm overlords by smashing the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell on this channel, and leave comments. Those things really, really do help. And again, the discount link is in the description below this video. You can also find a free hour-long training from me about getting started on Amazon if that would be helpful to you, as well as the full Zero to Brand course if you want to jump in with me. And again, hope you enjoyed and got value out of it. Check out other videos on the channel, subscribe for more, and see you soon.